Today I'm going to talk about something that is not pleasant, but if we get this unpleasant thing, we have to talk about it and try to get rid of it as soon as we can. And I'm talking about fungus infection of the toe, or toes, but usually it's one toe and it's the big toe. You can tell that you've got a fungal infection by going to the doctor and he'll have a look at it. Very often you can kind of like figure out that it is a toe infection, a fungal infection on the toe, because it makes the toenail really brittle and it's not as hard of a nail as it used to be. So I had it diagnosed by my doctor, medical doctor, GP, and he said it's fungus of the toe, and he wrote me a prescription, and I was on my way. I did not get the prescription filled. It was like a dropper bottle, small little bottle. I didn't get it filled, and I never started to use it because it was expensive. It was about $120 for a tiny little bottle. It was either 3 ml or 8 ml, but I think it was less than 10 ml, small bottle. And I thought to myself, well, I want to do this naturally. I want to do this naturally, and I'll see if there's any products that are over the counter that hopefully work, and I'll be saving a lot of money. Well, I found my product, and so far I am very, very happy with it. And the product's name is, and I'll get into why I like it so much. The product's name is Undecylenic Acid, and I am going to have the spelling. So that and I'll hold up the sheet with the spelling also at the end of the video. I hope you can see this. It's undecylenic acid. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Well, I found a product that has undecylenic acid, and I'll give you the brand name of the product that I've got. Undecylenic acid is natural because it is in our sweat, in human sweat, and it's derived from castor oil, and castor oil is a natural product from the castor bean. So anyway, it comes in a little amber bottle, and it basically has a little brush that you just, it's like putting on nail polish. It's clear liquid, it looks like water. It has no smell and no odor, and it basically is clear, and right away you think it's not doing anything because there's no smell, no nothing, but trust me, it works, and I'll get into that in a minute. It changes the pH of the nail, and that kills the fungus, because the fungus that attacks the toenail hates, I think it lowers the pH, if I recall. It does not like the pH environment, the lowering of the pH of the nail that this product causes. So, and it's natural. And another thing too is the time it takes to get rid of the fungus is better than the prescription products. With the prescription products, or the one that I looked at that was $120, took up to a year to get rid of the fungus. Up to a year, applying it twice a day. So I thought I'll give this a try. I started in we're April, we're May already, May the 5th. I started taking it mid-November of 2020, so it's about 5 months I've been using it, which is fine with me because the prescription product took 8 months to a year. So I thought if I can get rid of the toe infection in 6 months, I'll be happy. Anyway, I was doing it twice a day, and it is a slow process, and I thought, oh, this is going to take up to a year. So what I did was I consulted my foot specialist, a podiatrist, and he looked and so on and so forth. And what he did, he was telling me the reason that it takes so long for these products to work on the toe, for the toe function, to work on the toe to get rid of the fungal infection, is because the liquid cannot penetrate the toenail. So if you can't penetrate the toenail, it's not getting underneath the toenail to kill off all the fungus. So he has an ingenious, something ingenious in his office that he uses for the toe to help the product penetrate the toenail, and then you have a faster rate that you will be cured of your fungal infection. What he uses, I'm not laughing because it works. He's got a sander, an electric sander, and it's got sandpaper on the end of the electric sander, and it's got a little circular sandpaper on it, about like this, a small circle. And he lightly presses on the toenail with the sander going, so the little sander mechanism has got sandpaper on it, and it's grinding down the toenail, but not a lot. He only does it briefly for maybe 10 seconds or whatever. And he explained roughing up with the sander and the sandpaper, the nail. It's almost like an emery board. You do that, the women do this all the time. They just rough it up, and it removes the first or a couple of layers of the toenail, okay? It removes a couple of layers of the toenail. So once you have removed a little bit of just the top portion of the toenail's still there. You're not going to get rid of it. You're going to want to keep it. You know, rough it up, and the liquid that I'm going to show you can penetrate the toenail really well once you rough it up a bit and cause it to be rough, and you've removed a few, maybe 2 or 3 layers of the nail. It penetrates more, and it attacks the fungus faster. So I did that, and the last 2 times that's what he used, the sander on my, who would have guessed, who would have known, right, a sander. I saw it from a distance, and I thought it was basically a high-tech instrument that the podiatrists, that the doctors use. And I said, that looks like a sander. And he said to me, yeah, that's what it is, it's a sander. I learned something all of the time. And I said to him, I said, well, it's working better now that you're sanding my toenail. I said, can I use an emery board? He says, yeah, you can. If you buy those really coarse emery boards, you can just kind of, you know, go like this and rub the toenail and rough it up a bit, and maybe do that for how, well, you have to judge on your own. You don't want to remove the nail. It's not going to remove the nail, but it's going to rough it up and cause little micro abrasions on the nail. And then the product as a liquid, it'll seep in, and you'll be much, much happier. I've been using it I've been using the liquid, the undecylenic acid, for about 5 months now, but I've only been using the sander method. I've seen him twice, and he sanded down the nail a bit, 2 times. The first time, and then 3 weeks later, a second time. So you might have to use the emery board if you're not going to see the podiatrist too often, and do it yourself and periodically judge, maybe once every 2 weeks or whatever. And I found it working so good on my toe, getting rid of the fungus, that I could get away with applying it only once a day at bedtime. They recommend on the box twice a day, but I was doing it once a time at bedtime. One thing you have to, it's like water, this product, so you have to wait maybe 10-15 minutes until it's really dry because if it's wet and you put on your socks again right away, you're going to waste the product. It's going to get all over your socks. It's not going to do any good. Okay, so enough is enough. Let's get down to the name of the product. The generic name is Undecylenic Acid. We've covered the sander. That's a really showstopper. And we've covered the coarse emery board. The emery board that I've got is, it's a black. And I don't know if there's a color coding thing with emery boards. You guys would know, you gals would know, I'm not sure. If it takes the prescription products up to a year to cure the nail, get rid of the fungus, if I can get this done with the natural product, in 6 months I'll be happy. And if I ever get it again, I'm going to use the over-the-counter product, the undecylenic acid, and not even try. I never did buy the $120 prescription product. There's no way. So it'll probably decrease the time to cure. Now, what else was I going to tell you? You know that it's natural. It comes from the castor bean. It's in the sweat of human sweat, and also it's natural, cure time. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Now the product is called undecylenic acid. It's 25% undecylenic acid. It's not a real acid like vinegar. It's not a real acid that if you touch it, it's going to sting or it's going to burn. You feel nothing. It just feels like water. So it's actually a fatty acid. And you've heard of fatty acids before. It's not an acid like vinegar or pickling vinegar or anything that would be sting or have a smell. No odor. It's just like water. So in any event, I'm going to show you the product. Now, some of them are like 12% or whatever. This one is 25% undecylenic acid, so it works faster and better. The other products, forget it. You want 25%. There was one product, like I'm a purist, so if I wanted undecylenic acid in a product, I don't want to put other stuff in it, because some of them have the undecylenic acid, and then they reduce it to 12.5%, and they put other things in it that, like tea tree oil and lavender oil, essential oils. You have a list like this of different stuff in the one product that you want to be as pure as possible. So I chose a product that it basically is just undecylenic acid, 25%. The best part is it comes in an amber bottle. It's 30 ml, which is 1 ounce, and the amber bottle is about that big. 30 ml. And the brand name, or the brand that I bought, is something called Fungi Cure. I don't know if you can see this. Fungi Cure. And I needed my glasses to read the fine print, but it's 25% undecylenic acid. Now this product is so old. My podiatrist knew about it, and he's pretty old. He's going to retire soon, so I hope he doesn't retire, because he's giving me all these tips of his 40 years experience. I knew of the product because when I was in university, one of the lectures that I went to, I'm a retired pharmacist too, so I know a lot about individual products, so on and so forth. Retired, I did 37 years in pharmacy and retired. So they taught us in university, in one of our pharmacy lectures, that for toe fungus, the product to use is undecylenic acid. But like 37 years later, 40 years later, nobody uses it because they come out with newer products, but that increases the cost. The prescription product that my doctor, my GP recommended was $120, and some of the stores, pharmacies were charging more. Some maybe a little bit, but $120 for a tiny bottle. I think it's 8 ml. I'm not sure. And I checked with my insurance too. Most insurance companies, at least mine, didn't cover it. so I would have to pay for the whole thing on my own. Some insurance companies pay for the prescription product, but the undecylenic acid, there you go. I'm really happy with it. I still have a little bit of fungus on the end. That's going to go. And when you put it on with the brush, do around the cuticle, on the cuticle, all the way around the perimeter of the toenail, because the cuticle, it's kind of like that's where the toenail is attached to the toe and the skin. So basically, if you put some on the cuticle, it's seeping into the skin, maybe a little bit under the nail, because when you put it, when you paint the cuticle, you're getting seepage into that toe, which is what you want. But the sanding with the emery board, I'm going to be theatrical. I'm going to bring out this product, show you what it looks like, and I'll show you the emery board too. So don't go away anywhere. Promise you won't go anywhere. I'll save the best for last. This is the, it's like sandpaper. One is even more rougher than the other side. This is a bit smoother. Or you could even get, if they still make sandpaper at one of the stores, because the new sandpaper, it's like plastic. It's not the same as the old one. But if you can find the old style sandpaper, just buy one sheet and it'll last you like 30 years because you only need a little bit. I thought of this, and this is a milder version of using, well, you guys know how to use this, and you girls know how to use this. Now, you know the box that it comes in, and it must work because they sell a lot at the store, at the grocery store where I shop, and it flies off the shelf. Antifungal liquid. And this one has just plain 25% undecylenic acid. Undecylenic acid. And my podiatrist knew about it. My GP, who's a young doctor, never heard of undecylenic acid. Then he gets somebody my age that was in the industry for 37 years. And of course I knew about it because that's what they used like 37, 40 years ago. And here it is. Are you ready? Is there a drum roll? I don't have any special fancy effects. I use this little plastic container because sometimes it drips. But basically, Fungi Cure, it's got an expiry date on the bottle, and I've used half, and I've had it for, there's still half in there, and I've had it for five and a half months. And the brush goes right down to the bottom, so sometimes these brushes are short, and so if your liquid goes down near the end of the product, then you won't be able to use the brush on the bottom. But if you can see, the brush is just almost touching the bottom of the thing. They think of everything, this product. Yeah. So here we go, and there we go. And it's like water. So I think I've covered everything. Boom, boom, boom. I should label this my toe story, my fungal infection story. Natural, cure time rate, the sandpaper. Yeah, you guys are gonna make a thing about this too. Do it when you have time. Most people don't have time in the morning, so do it when you have time, maybe after dinner, before dinner. I like at bedtime. Once a day, and then I just kind of coat it like a nail polish, like do this, and I might wait like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then I might put 2 coats, 3 coats. You can't overdose it. I mean, it doesn't sting. It's just a completely natural, what I've been doing lately, which has really increased the kill rate, I've been putting a bit more on it. Go around the toe maybe 3 or 4 times. So it was getting like 3 or 4 coats. Anyway, I've got like lots and lots and lots and lots of video stories I want to share. But I need subscribers. I'm just sort of starting with YouTube, and please click the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner, and I'll put on my thinking cap and try to think of more fun topics. This was not a fun topic. This was not a fun topic, but it is an essential topic because anybody can get a toe infection, a fungal infection of the toe. It's very common, and it's like toilet paper. It's essential. During the COVID, you know, everyone was buying and hoarding toilet paper. You couldn't even buy toilet paper. It's an essential, essential service. But this, hey, maybe I should do the softest toilet paper video. I don't know. Give me some ideas. But this is, I can't stress how happy I am with this. And, you know, being retired, even though I was pharmacist for 37 years, I had forgotten about undecylenic acid, and then I saw it back on the shelf at the grocery store, and I thought, I've got to try this. And I just wanted to confirm it with a podiatrist, and he was nodding, yeah, oh yeah, here. I think he was older than me, and he was saying, yeah, you use the product. And he's the only podiatrist that I know that uses the sandpaper to rough up the toenail, so I'm very happy that I found somebody older than me that could give me even more tips. Okay, thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. And give me a like, give me a subscribe, I'll take anything I can get. Okay guys, you take care, bye-bye.